Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is We Still A Learn speaking. So, how about I decide to show my face once and for all? I'm not sure where to look. Right, I can look at my laptop. I can look at the camera. Right. But ultimately, there are announcements. As always, we still a learn to make adjustments, which basically means there's been a lot of talk about the things that we would like to do and the things that are going to be done. Luckily for me, I think this software that we have here is, I think it has noise cancellation, I believe. So anyhow, I'm going to try and angle this board as best as possible, but here we are. Now this isn't just for yeah, so that's for first person tutor. But all the classes on We Still A Learn are on Saturdays and Sundays. Right? Yes. Now the Google form. The Google form is finally complete. Right? And you know what? I think we can. I've done a live already, or a recording, one of the two, where I actually went in detail some of the things that you will cover on the Google form. There's only one option I have left to add to it. Um, the idea is that some people may request one-on-one classes, and sometimes I forget that that's people would make that request. Now I don't have a problem doing one-on-one, but I want to make it affordable while at the same time making it to where there's compensation for not having you know larger audiences like groups of five. So I think I found a sweet spot. I think so. And the good thing about the Google form is that it will communicate what the breakdown of the other classes will be based on your selection. The selection multiplied by the number of days will give you what it will be for the week, and all we do is multiply that by 4 and it will give you the month. Right? Now, I would have proposed to do flexible payments like weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, but I get a feeling that everybody gets paid monthly for the most part, unless um we go in accordance to how you get paid. So if you get paid weekly or bi-weekly or monthly, then we would probably try our best to deal with it like that. But for the most part, I mean, just so that we operate consistently with how schools are run, just do it monthly. You know, I don't think we should complicate things. I don't think so, right? A lot of changes have been made to this board, right? A lot. Um, but you know what? I am going to. Oh, I need to check and see if that's. Let me see if that. No, no, I'm not seeing it. But let me bring up the page. Okay. All right. So now I just have to. There we go. Oh, that's why. Okay, so forgive me. This would be more like a first person tutor perspective. So if you want an idea of what a class with first person tutor would look like, it would look something like this, right? Um, you know, I do apologize for my hand being in the way. I do apologize for that. That's why I need a mouse, right? I don't even remember this game. Oh, I do know. Yes. I remember this. Anyway, this is our first person tutor experience. So, yeah. So, okay, we're going to close that. And let's bring up the... No, I don't know. That kind of cut off some of the web page, so I don't think that's the one I need to be using. There we go. This is the full thing, right? Okay, now I'm going to scan and see if... Do I have a copy? No, I do not, but I think we have a workaround. I think so. Alright, let's go to the WhatsApp channel. Right, but this is first person tutor. But it's fine. I have an idea. Wait. You know what? It's fine, it's fine. It's going to take some navigation. Let's go to the Facebook if we can. Alright. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, this is a lot of work. You know. This is a lot of work. Let's go to We Still A Learn. Let's go here. Oh. But look at this. That's neat. So when you go to the google.com right here on We Still A Learn, let's click on that. And voila. Alright, hold on. Give me a second there. I need it to. So I was in the way. So let me try and let's do this. This is alright. So first I went to I went to the WhatsApp channel of First Person Tutor because the tab was up, right? We went to the Facebook and then we went in our search bar and looked for We Still A Learn. No, you don't have to do it like this. You typically don't. In fact, the easiest way to go about doing this, let's go to Google. Let's go to Google first. Alright, let's type in. No, just could you not interfere? Yeah, leave me alone for now. Yeah, so we're gonna type in We Still A Learn YouTube. There we go. Alright. There we go. Fair enough. It did not give me it just gave me some videos, which is fine. Videos are fine.
Freebie Friday. Good morning, good afternoon.
Alright, we're muting that for a second. Let's go to the page itself. Alright. Now, so search for We Still A Learn YouTube and it brings you here. I hope that was straightforward enough, to be honest with you. I really hope so. So we typed in we still a learn YouTube. It brought up some videos. We clicked on the circle with the name. The name we still a learn. It brought us here. Then we're gonna click on this, right? Good. Now we are on we still a learn WhatsApp channel. Once you're here, you don't need to go any further past here to find our Google form. Here it is. Sign up for our fall, which is fun and lifelong learning classes. We'll click on that right there, and here we are. Yeah? Yeah. Now, I might make a standalone video to make this experience a lot shorter, sweet and to the point, right? So, just to highlight something, you would type in your email, I'd imagine, right? So, oops, really? I bounced my camera. I really hope I didn't just get disconnected. Okay, let me just have a look here. All right, so we just typed in our email. Now if you are an adult learner, you're gonna write your name twice, right? So let's say, I don't know, let's say your name is Jay Holiday. Don't know why your name would be Jay Holiday, but that's besides the point, right? Now, if you're an adult learner, you write your name down twice, right? You write your name down twice if you're an adult learner. Now, naturally, if you are a parent, signing up your child for classes. Now, how do we know that one parent is signing up for multiple children? Use the same email and enter the form multiple times, because you should be able to deliver more than one response, but for children under different names. So if you are using the same email, you can use the same email, same parent's WhatsApp number, and that's how I will identify one parent signing up for multiple kids, right? So that's another way of going about dealing with page one. So I mean, we're going to just, right, we're just making things up as we go along, right? We don't need to put in the student WhatsApp. However, I like the idea of doing this because if we're giving out homework, the parent and the student need to get the homework, so that when students get homework and they tell you they don't have any, you would have already had a copy of the homework. So there's that. So you can you put that there, right? You choose the, now mind you, this person would not qualify to be a high school or a primary. So if the name is written down twice, you select adults. But you know, if it is say let's see, yeah, I don't know. You know, maybe, right? I don't know. I'm just coming up with names, right? Yeah. Now, the way that you fill out the form at We Still Learn, very similar experience on First Person Tutor. Quite similar. So, again, I will make individual videos. Chances are I'll do a laptop version. I'll do a smartphone version. Maybe a tablet version too. Who knows? Yeah. Anyway, that deals with page one. So we'll move on to the next. Alright, so this deals with the preference in terms of the times that you'd prefer to have classes. So just to make this very simple, if you select mornings, you just select mornings right throughout. Afternoons right throughout. Evenings right throughout. So for example, You would fill this out by going like this. If you select evenings, you go to this and you select one of the two times, right? So everything must be consistent. Mornings, 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 afternoons, 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 evenings, evenings. That way, we're all on the same page as to the time you agree to show up to class, right? So this part is pretty straightforward, I would think. You just decide which time in the morning you prefer, which time in the afternoon you prefer, which time in the evenings you prefer. This is a similar process to what you would do on first person tutor. So whatever I do here, I'm doing over there as well. Maybe I might change the tie, right? So maybe this will be the, we still learn tie, and then the black tie might be the, first person tutor. Maybe. All right, so let's scroll down a little bit and go to page 3. All right, now I like this because in your selection you will have choices, right? You have CSET maths. I would like to call that, I would like to say PEP, mental ability and mathematics, but I just say PEP just because, yeah, I feel like the weekends allow us more freedom to do a lot more of the material that we might not get to do in the middle of the week. So yeah, it made sense to put PEP on the form. So we have CSET maths, we have PEP, we have chess, we have reading, we have puzzle solving and content creation, reading and content creation, PEP, chess and puzzle solving, reading, puzzle solving and content creation. Yeah. So yeah, this is, and the good thing about it is you have a choice of just selecting one only, or you select two, or you select three. Now for one only it would be 3,000, for two only 4,000, and for three would be 5. So it's in order of, as it more or less ascending order. So 3,000 for one, 4,000 for two, 5,000 for three. There you go. And then of course it remains consistent as we scroll down. If you notice, right, all the only, right? And maybe that's what I should write. I should write only, right? Alright, so the rest of them are intersections, right? Yeah, they're like intersecting sets, that sort of thing. So once you have a bit of intersection, then it's a little bit more, right? So if it's just two, so if you're doing two subjects, something like that, then it's 4. And when you're doing 3, so a combination of 2 is 4, combination of 3 is 5, and then just the singular is 3. And then, so to put a long story short, if you select one of this, you select one of this. If you select, let's say you wanted to do these, even though, I mean, you wouldn't select C-Sec and PEP still. You're not going to be doing both of them. No, you know what? No, let me not say that. Some people might. Some people might. Anyway, you could select PEP and chess though, even though that's kind of already down here, right? So you could do that, right? But then, we don't want to make it that expensive for you, right? Because when you select it like that, you're gonna end up paying 6 instead of 4, right? So maybe we could make that deal where if you select any two, instead of paying 6, you pay 4, right? So I feel like that's a fair trade-off, if you would, right? So yeah, I guess if you select any two of them, you'll get it for 4 instead of for 3. Yeah, and then of course if you select the others, I mean those prices are self-explanatory. So you can do puzzle solving and content creation, right? Reading and content creation, whichever so whatever you decide to select up here, you select the same thing down here, and then you know we'll navigate the prices, you know, from there, right? Is there anything else? So I want to be clear. So let's say you did this, you select one of this and one of this. This would be a combination of two, which would result in you just paying 4. This is a combination of 2, which is like you paying 4, right? Although, again, to make your life nice and meaningful, if you combine any two, we'll just, instead of having you pay 6, we'll have you pay 4, right? I think it's fair. I think that's a good little discounted rate, right? So yeah, if you decide to combine any of these, well, again, you're not going to be, again, if you're doing CSEC, you're doing CSEC. If you're doing PEP, you're doing PEP. I don't see the possibility of combining them unless you're a very super smart grade 6 and you decide to do maths from early. I don't know. I mean, stranger things have happened, so I'm not gonna say no, but you know, you'd have to be an exceptional child, and you know, we don't shy away from exceptional, right? So anyhow, what you select up here, you select down here, just to make your life simpler. And then what you do now, well, obviously I have optional here because most of our classes are on Saturdays and Sundays, so you would naturally pick these two. So whatever the rate is, you multiply it by 2, and that represents what you pay for a week times 4, and that will give you a total for the month, right? So we have that. Now, this is just to identify, you know, I mean, most people are going to press other and enter their you know, their method that they would most likely use. I mean, for the most part, the making a deposit is probably the easiest thing to do. You know, you can go to Scotia ATM, make a deposit there. First Global ATM, make a deposit there, and it goes to the account directly. So you know, that way we don't have any delays and you know, that sort of thing. You can write this here, right? And that should take care of this. Now, I'm going to say this. Oh, I should have added the thank you for completing the form when you get to here. But it's fine. It's fine. So anyway, all of this is optional. If you want to skip past all of this, I'm going to give you the cheat code. Select no on all the radio buttons, right? Select no, and then you go to submit, and that's it. Yeah? If you're not at all curious, remember, page 4 is optional for both first person tutor and we still learn. Just giving that heads up there, right? Hold on. I'm going to let me disappear with my camera for a minute. Oh my lord. Yeah. I was trying to be professional. I never want to scratch my face in front of everybody. Oh god. Yeah, that was a good itch. Alright, so yes. So if you want to just speed run page 4, what you do, you select no on everything, right? You don't have to submit an answer for, because you notice if it says if you selected yes, click on the link, but you didn't. So if you didn't, you don't have to answer that. Again, are you interested? If you selected yes, please state your preference. Again, oh, by the way, I need to change this. I forgot that I needed to change them to check boxes. I forgot. I genuinely forgot. Even Google Gemini made that suggestion to me, so I need to pay attention. All right, so I think this is it. Let's click on submit and see what happens. Look at that. Oh, look at that. You can submit another response. Oh, that's really cool. That's actually cool. I did not even pay attention to that. So that means if you enter one entry for one of your children or one of your students, you can click submit another response and start the process all over again. Except you're doing this for an entire different entry. So this is cool. And remember, the way that you do this on We Still Learn, the very same policy is applied on first person tutor. There's one thing that I would like to do that I don't think I've done as yet. I'm going to add an option where you're going to select whether or not you want to do one-on-one classes or group sessions, right? I mean, I feel like group sessions are going to be on Saturdays and Sundays, right? I'm not gonna say that we're not gonna do one-on-one. I'm not gonna say that. I know some people might be interested in that, so I might have to make accommodations for that in the event of. So because I know the interest might be there, I am going to I don't know whether it's page 2 or 3. Maybe page 2, in all honesty. Maybe page 2 is where I would make that adjustment. Yeah. Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, I think, oh my. Yeah, you see why, look at this. You see where I'm at? You see all this? Look at that. Oh man. Woof. Look at that. I don't know where to go. Should I go over here? No. Should I go over here? I genuinely don't know. I feel like I can't escape, the Lord's divine light. Right. So yes, this is how we would complete a form for We Still Learn. And yeah. So want to do a free trial run starting, I guess the first Saturday and Sunday would be, let's see, today is the 21st, right? Tomorrow is 22nd. So 22 plus 7. So we're going to say the first free trial run of the classes for We Still Learn will be on the 29th and the 30th. Yeah, We Still Learn 29 and 30. First person tutor would be the 24th to, so 24, 25, 26, 27. Yeah, so 24 to 27 for first person tutor, and 29 and 30 for We Still Learn. And remember, every Friday we're gonna do something just like this. Every single Friday. Even if it's redundant, even if I've shown you before, even if we've done this video over and over and over and over, it's fine. Because there are going to be parents who they've never been a part of the class, they don't know what's happening, and you can sign up for yourself and your kids. And remember, when you're signing up as an adult, the important thing is to write your name down twice. If you write your name down twice, I know that you're an adult learner. That's the important separation. And you can do that on first person tutor and We Still Learn. Also, again, We Still Learn to make adjustments. I need to add a video. The video that I promised to make about completing this form, I'm going to make that video and attach it to the form itself, so that on page 1, page 2, page 3, and page 4, you know exactly how to fill out the form, and then the rest is history. So anyway, I think that's it. I genuinely believe that's it. So if we go live on YouTube, we're gonna do a rerun on Facebook. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. I think I've run out of lyrics. I have to come off a stage now. So it's been fun, and again, I'm willing to do this every Friday, every single Friday, right? Every Friday, because I want Friday to be the lightest day. Yeah, we'll work hard Monday to I had a not a Richard Pryor moment. I had a Cat Williams moment. Like there was a there was a there was a stand-up routine he was doing, and he was telling a joke, and he hit himself in the head with the microphone, but he did it a little bit too hard. I'm sorry. So I had, as I did that, whatever, what if you notice, I reacted to something that I did. I had that moment. It's like I was talking, and it's like in the midst of me having a conversation with you, I'm trying to close out and close out professionally, and then something happened, and it just completely interrupted my focus and threw me off. Anyway, I hope this has been as instructive for you as it will be for any other individuals. It's what, 31 minutes so far? We did good. We did good. 31 minutes, I think we did a good job. I don't think we need a video longer than 30 minutes. I'm not going no hour, because I do that on TikTok Live. Speaking of TikTok Live, I am going to direct everybody to the Instagram and to the TikTok, so you can know when we're going live on TikTok and all of that. So yeah, I've never tried Instagram Live. I don't know, I just never felt like I should. Maybe someday, but I don't know. But in any case, we're going to be using this board. Why did it get so dark? That's weird. Anyhow, we're going to be using this board to do some of the brain teasers and the puzzles and that sort of thing. I look forward to doing that. I created a video where we taught you how to move chess pieces using the Scrabble board. That's fun. I use the Scrabble tiles to create like the one of the tetrominoes from Tetris, the L shape, so that it shows you how to move like a knight. So look out for the content, right? Look out for the content. I'm going to do my best. I try to release every bit of content on Fridays, or I try to get them done on Fridays. So that's the reason why, Fridays have to be free, so we can, do the distribution and that sort of thing. Anyway, enough rambling. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This has been We Still Are Learning Speaking, right? And again, we still are learning to make adjustments. 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 So, until next time, right? So, we'll do this again on another Friday. And also, I guess look out for a rerun of this on Facebook before the end of the day. So, look out for that. Look out for that.